read my notes here. Hey everybody, Big Rig Steve here. Big Rig Steve. Big Rig Steve from BigRigTravels.com. Figured I'd go ahead and do another vlog. It's been quite a while since I've done one. We've been running pretty hard the last few days, and this past week has been a historic week for us. And Mom just sent me a message. Moms are always important. Right now, it's Sunday night. We are in Mendota, Illinois. We just picked up our preloaded trailer. Oh, I don't know, 30 some odd hours late. So let's backtrack a little bit, shall we? This past week has been a historic week for Big Rig Travels in quite a few different ways. For one, look at my little notes here. For one, we picked up we were going to pick up in Wenatchee. Remember, we made a delivery in Auburn, Washington, and after we got done with that delivery, we had a trip going from Wenatchee, Washington, Apple Country, down to Fort Worth, Cowtown, Texas. And we arrived at Wenatchee, and we go to check in, and the lady informs us at the shipper that someone else already got that load, and in fact it was a double booked load. That means dispatch and planners sent 2 trucks for one load, and obviously that doesn't work. So anyways, the other guy got there 15 minutes before we did, so we didn't get the load. We sat out there all day, and I don't know, I made use of that time. I went flying my drone and trying to practice when I have time. Yep, I got a Mavic Pro. I love it. It's worth every penny. I tell you, I really liked it. Anyways, so where the truck stop was, the Columbia River is right there. So I went and flew the drone around the Columbia River. It's nothing fantastic and great, and you know, it's the recording of the drone flight. You could find that on the Big Rig Travels Sidetracks companion channel on YouTube. And somebody else just sent me a message. Anyways, so the Sidetracks channel, that's where I have my Segway videos when it's a nice warm day and there's sidewalks and it's a Segway friendly city, meaning I can get on the sidewalks or the hike and bike trails. I'll slap the GoPro onto it and run around the town or the trails on my Segway. The Sidetracks channel also has my drone videos. There's only like 3 or 4 up there right now, but I'm going to be adding to that as soon as I can. So anyways, check it out. Subscribe to the Big Rig Travel Sidetracks channel. So anyways, you're watching the Big Rig Travels live channel right now. You're watching the vlog. So let's get back to what I was going to say. So with that double booked load, we sat there all day, and I thought for sure we would get another load out of the same shipper, and that wasn't the case. We spent the night there. The next morning, we got a new trip, which took us on the trip we finished this morning. We went from I don't know. I don't remember where we picked up. Hermiston, Oregon is where we picked up. And you know, you might laugh because I don't remember where we picked up or where we delivered. If you think about it, a truck driver is in so many cities every single day. It's almost impossible. I go through a notebook every day, not every day, but write all my notes down in my notebook every day, and that's the only way I know where I've been, where I woke up, or where I went to bed. That's just part of the trucking life. Anyways, so what made this past week historic, we got to cover some new ground, some roads that in my 11 years we've not been on before. We went down by the Vantage Bridge, and the Vantage Bridge in Washington, Vantage, Washington. There's a very cool little bridge, and that bridge is the exact one that I have used since day one of BigRigTravels.com, the header logo. That just seemed like a perfect bridge. Anyway, so we got to take that route down there, and we had a little extra time before reaching the shipper. And I took the camera out live on the air and took you guys for a little walkabout. Took you right to the edge, let you pan around and look around the Columbia River. And I like doing that for you guys. I'm going to try to remember to do it a little bit more. The biggest problem with that is usually we don't have time to stop. Luckily, you guys got to see the Vantage Bridge. So we took the back roads and we loaded up in Hermiston. We arrived there. Loading was pretty decent. So we left Hermiston, Oregon, with the load we delivered this morning. And the last few days we hit every kind of weather. We hit snow, we hit fog, we hit rain, we hit wind, we hit ice. If you watched the live broadcast, you saw what we went through. We got shut down a little bit early due to the winter weather. We can do what we can to be safe, but then there's a point where it's not worth it. And when you start feeling the truck losing traction and all that stuff, it's time to quit. When you start seeing other trucks jackknife and all that stuff, it's time to quit. The freight will get there a day late, 2 days late, whatever the case may be. A couple years ago, I remember we were carrying onions. I don't remember where, but we ended up, because of the winter weather, we ended up arriving at delivery 4 days late. Nobody's mad at you if you arrive late due to winter. The problem is, if you have a wreck, your fault or not, if you have a wreck, you jackknife your truck, you roll your truck off into a ditch or something like that, you're talking about you may not get there, period. You're going to lose the load, lose your tractor, lose your trailer. And it's just not worth it to me. You do what you can, and that's it. You call it quits and check the weather in the morning, see how it does. A lot of times overnight, the snow plows will get out, throw salt out. Especially like when the sun comes up, you could at least a little bit better see what you're driving into. So anyways, we had 2 days of that where we had to stop early. The other day, I forgot what day it was. Wednesday? Thursday? Friday? I forgot. The other day, anyways, we ran into some very crummy weather. And I just ripped a piece of my notebook out. We ran into some pretty crummy weather. And when I'm broadcasting, I'm driving. And the cameras are out of view, more or less. So anything that happens in the chat room, you guys are on your own, and that's the moderators make y'all behave, which you guys do a real good job of. Anyways, when we stopped in Billings, and I got some coffee and all that other stuff, I found out that not only were we on the ABC News app, we were also broadcast live on the Weather Channel. They tapped into our feed and directly, they did 2 segments, and Mike Seidel from the Weather Channel actually popped into the chat room and chatted with the road crew. Now, that's pretty cool. The Weather Channel actually used some of our feed broadcast live directly. As we were driving, we were broadcasting to the website, we were broadcasting to ABC News, and we were broadcasting to the Weather Channel. I didn't find out until we stopped in Billings, but I thought that was just cool beans. That's you think about it, we hit a lot of weather. Every kind of weather you can imagine. Sun, fog, wind, rain, snow, ice, the whole 9 yards. And we see a lot. We see a lot of accidents. We see a lot of beautiful scenery. And that's the whole reason why I do truck driving. And of course, that's why you guys watch. So, I also found out when I did that quick coffee break in Billings that we hit the highest record of simultaneous viewers on the live feed of 364. 364 people were snug at home, sitting on their couch. And one lone driver behind the wheel. That still amazes me. 364. So that was a new record. And of course, we've picked up quite a few new viewers to the website, to the live channel and whatnot. That is just fantastic. I just love that. I think it's great. And since then, I noticed in the 1, 2, 3 days since then, our viewership used to be at 75, 100, 125 normal viewers at any given time. And now we're starting to top over 200. That's pretty good. And you think about it, BigRigTravels is the only one that broadcasts live across America as we truck drive. Now, I don't let you see inside the customers and all that, and that's a whole different ball game there. But so far, I've brought you guys more than 1 million miles. And we weren't always on YouTube. We started at cam streams. We've gone to Ustream and all that stuff. But YouTube, apparently YouTube is where it's at. And we're gaining traction. So to all the new viewers, I want to say thanks. And I appreciate you guys. The people that have been with me since the beginning, I appreciate you as well. So, ABC News, Weather Channel, 364 viewers at one time. That's a whole lot of eyeballs in this truck. Some of y'all need to clean up your mess. Candy wrappers on the floor. Hint, hint, hint. Anyways, you guys are the best road crew ever. So, long story short, we made our delivery. Oh, I don't know. How many hours is that? About 8 hours late. 9 hours late today. But that's all right. They took us right when we got there. I do my part and tell dispatch we're late and why we're running late. They notify the customer. And it doesn't matter if the customer's happy or not. They're going to be a lot madder if they don't get their freight at all than they would be to have it show up hours late or even a day or two late. If it's, comes down to winter driving. So, safety is always number one. That's why I don't look at chat. when we're driving, I do not see chat. Sometimes if I have a chance, I'll stop and chat with you guys, like while I'm waiting for, in line at the fuel island or something like that. I see sprinkles on the windshield. It's a little bit warm for snow. I think I'm done with snow for another day or two or three. We're headed south to Kentucky with this current trip, so it'd be nice to get out of the snow. I don't know, where did my notebook go? What else did I want to talk to you guys about? I guess that's it. I just wanted to tell you about that. I know I'm supposed to have a Sunday video up this Sunday, this morning. I've not had a time to play with the blog. The job always comes first, and sometimes I'm moving so quick that I don't have time to play on the blog. And I try to tell you guys as much information as I can as soon as I know it. That's what the blog is for. And I know in the chat room, because I read the chat logs at the end of the night just to see what you guys were talking about and if there's any problems or whatever. And the same questions get asked over and over and over. Where is he? How fast is he going? Where is he going to? All of that can be found on the website, BigRigTravels.com. I've got a nice trip banner out there. It tells you where the trip started. It tells you where the shipper is. It tells you where the delivery is. There's also a neat little progress bar up there. It tells you the percentage of how far we've gone on the trip, how many miles are left, how many hours it will take us to get there based on the truck speed. Talk about truck speed. There's even a speedometer. When we're driving and we're broadcasting live, you can see that speedometer there. There's a compass there. And there is a interstate icon up there as well, which a lot of people say, what road is he on? What highway is he on? Where is he? Well, we have a map. There's a little truck on the map, and that truck tells you where we are. That map updates automatically every 5 minutes. So, and instead of asking the same old question in the chat rooms all the time, because I know the moderators get tired of that, check out the website. That's what it's for. The website's got a whole bunch of information there if you guys will use it. In fact, I've got more real-time dynamic information on the website than any other trucking website in the world. Yes, I believe that. Until somebody could prove me different. I don't know of any other trucker that broadcasts 8, 10, 12 hours a day. And other truck drivers, yes, they do recorded videos, and that's all fine and well. Add music, add titles, and all this other stuff. What I prefer to do is give you guys a day-by-day, mile-after-mile look at the life of a truck driver. And I've gotten emails before from people about, why do you broadcast when it's cloudy or raining? The picture quality isn't perfect. It's not good. Well, I can see if we're trying to win a photo contest, but we're not. My goal is to show America, show the world, the life of a truck driver. And truck drivers drive in snow. They drive in ice. They drive in fog. They drive when the sun's out, and they drive when the sun's not out. So that's why I do it. I'm not trying to win a contest. I'm trying to show the beauty of America as long as we have a signal, which, when we don't have a signal, I try to record. And then we put that up as well. That's what I'm trying to do. That's what Big Rig Travels is about. Showing the world a real-time, unedited, raw, live as it happens broadcast of the American Highway. That's what Big Rig Travels is about. I don't know. I just figured I'd talk to you guys in person. And the cameras are always facing forward, and all you guys ever see is the road, and that's good. But a lot of times I get emails, people want to see me. They want to see the person behind the website. They want to see the driver that's taking them across the country, your tour guide. And that would be me. So anyways, I'm tired of talking. I just wanted to ramble and get a few things out about ABC News and the Weather Channel, and glad Mike Seidel from the Weather Channel stopped by and gave us some publicity, putting us on putting our stream on their network there. It's always good. We've gotten around quite a bit, and it's all because of viewers like you. You guys are free to share my videos, share the broadcast, share the website on your Facebook page, Reddit, LinkedIn, whatever the case may be. If you see weather out there, like what happened the other day, spread it all around. Contact the news agencies and say, hey, you guys can pick up this live feed of this truck driver, and this is the conditions out there he's facing right now, out in Montana, or whatever the case may be. You guys have my permission to do all that stuff. You could put my videos anywhere that you want to. You could even embed the live stream on your own website if you choose. The only thing I ask is, if anybody uses any footage or anything like that, just give credit where credit is due. Put a link on there that says courtesy of BigRigTravels.com. That's all I ask. I do the driving. You do the watching. Just make sure I get credit for it. If you want to make a donation, that's always appreciated. It costs me about $550 a month to run the website. To me, it's worth it. So anything you guys want to help with, that's appreciated. And if not, don't worry about it. Big Rig Travels will always be free to anybody who wants to view. Big Rig Travels, the only family-friendly website that broadcasts live, mile after mile. Anyways, I got to go to bed. I'm tired. We got a long day to go tomorrow. We make our delivery in London, Kentucky. Somewhere in Kentucky that starts with an L. London, Kentucky. I'm tired. My bed's 2 feet behind me. I'm about to go hop in it. All right, thanks for hanging with me. You guys are the best road crew any truck driver could ever have. I appreciate you guys a lot. Thanks.